Good afternoon, everybody. This is Machteld. Welcome to my channel, Daily Dose of Paper. Well, today, as you can see, the paper is a canvas, and I don't know why I turned it upside down, but I see all of a sudden the name here. So, oh, let me see. I have to stay in frame. That's important. So let's say till here, okay. And this is the brand, it's called Panduro, a stretched canvas. And yeah, the centimeters, 33 by 24 centimeters. What is that? Well, let's say more than 12 inches by like 9.5 inches, something like that. My ruler goes till 30 centimeters. Anyway, maybe I'll put it here so that I won't, well, we'll see how we go. And I just felt like painting. I've got acrylic inks in, different colors. I have, oh wait, let me put them here. I have a lot of brushes, all kinds of sizes. Brand is not important. This is a silicone brush or paint shaper. I have mark making tools. I have pencils. I have China markers. I have a lot of acrylic paints. I have these thingies, the new color too. I have even oil pastels. I have pencil. Well, I'm gonna edit whatever I feel like, let's say. Now it's always difficult I see sometimes people painting of choosing how do you call that? Choosing a palette, or just going all in. And actually I'm thinking I'm going to go all in. I'm just going to do it. And I think I will start with a Payne's Gray. Just put it, and excuse me. And I think, well, no, let's use this really big brush. This is probably better for like what do you call it, for a large canvas. Let's say if you're standing up, it's a very big brush. I got a lot of brushes. Like I bought at some point 100 brushes for like 25 euro, and they were all like factory seconds. But there were also brands like Winsor & Newton, and I don't know, but they were all somehow factory seconds. And I don't know, this is not a brand, or it just says, well, Peacock Bristol. But anyway, so I have a lot of these and I think I'm going to use some acrylic ink. Yeah, as a kind of a background, and I think for that, actually, because I will use like, well, no, let's try this one. This is actually a house paint brush that I used for the the ceiling, and like if you want to get around a corner. Going to see what happens if I just it's primed, but somehow this acrylic ink doesn't. It's almost like it's resisting. Do you see that? The primed canvas. Interesting. Okay. Going to splash a little bit of paint around, and what I will do is make marks like this. I dabbing it up. Okay, but I will kind of want like a darkish background. It's not such nice weather, so I don't know how fast things are gonna dry, let's say. Okay, rinse my brush. Well, I'll just leave it in. This is really a huge brush. Wow. And it holds the paint, so I better, well, we'll see. Let's see if I can do something with this white. You don't see that it's as white, but I'm wondering if it will resist some of the next layers. I have also Neo Color 2 that I will use. And these are water soluble, so you know they will end up mixing with with the paint, but that doesn't matter. And I'm just curious, you know, what will develop here, and yeah, we'll see. Okie dokie. Maybe let's use some of this quinacridone magenta acrylic ink. Here I go with my circles, or kind of circles. That's, you know, you kind of go, I can kind of go crazy with this color. Maybe use this kind of moppy brush. It's not really, it's like a, I don't know, a round, but it says a 5, but I don't think so. I mean, you know, if you have watercolor brushes, I think a 5 is much bigger, so let's see. I want it to flow a little bit. Okay, it's kind of a mess. But you know, that's always how it starts. Here I go with my fork again. I hope you don't mind the sounds. Maybe I can also try to do that with like a fan brush. And to be honest, I am not at all consciously, how do you say, thinking about composition or something. I find it very hard to think about that, you know, while I'm talking and painting at the same time. I mean, maybe that's why I call it kind of intuitive painting. But on the other hand, I think maybe sometimes you subconsciously already, you know, you think about it anyway, or you do you work kind of with in mind, like composition. But it's hard to talk also at the same time, as you can hear, because I'm kind of getting in a flow or trance almost. Okay. Now this is all pretty dark, so I can see I need some light, and I did want to use, like, this is a color I love, yellow ochre. This is just a cheap acrylic paint from Sustrene Grene. And it's like a Danish store, and you know, I think that's perfect paint for my level of painting, let's say. Now I'm thinking, what kind of brush will I use? Shall I use a small? Maybe it's a bit too much. I need some. I'm a bit too dark, actually. Let's put some white also. I have a wax paper next to me. I don't know if you can see it, but and then I just use as a palette. So let's see if I can just. I think it needs to dry, probably. But I'm still making marks. And okay. I also do want to have some kind of turquoise. Let's see. I have here some. This is just another cheapish paint. And I'm going to make a light, very light turquoise. I somehow always loved that antelope brown, or, you know, orange kind of, orangey yellow kind of tones with this turquoise. Making more marks. Okay, where is my... Sorry for that, it's not completely straight, I feel. Do I have something? I have something to put underneath it. Let's see if that helps. Okay. Um, I need more of the yellow. And I'm also, I think I will do also the sides, you know, of the canvas. Oops. Okay, well, I can do it later, I guess. Let's see. I like to scratch into the paint while it's still wet, because then you can see all the, you know, the layers underneath, let's say. I don't know how wet this still is. It's a little wet still. So trying to scrape off some of the wet ink. Okay. The thing is, all these marks that you don't really see them so well now, but they will add, you know, to the history, let's say, of this painting. So that's, if you hear the beeping, that's my washing machine. It's all happening right here. Okay, I think I'm focusing too much on the edges and you don't see that now, so that's not really that important. So okay, but I kind of want to get rid of all the white. Maybe let's see, do I want, you know what, I think I want like a black. Do I have a black here? Like a good, well, I have this black. Oh, you know what, I have acrylic ink, black acrylic ink. So okay, let's see what happens. Phew. Okay, it's all getting very dark, huh? But I will lighten it up at some point, or balance it a little bit more. Take a little bit of a bigger brush and try to fill in a little bit the white. I don't necessarily want white canvas. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, this kind of painting always makes me a bit quiet. Maybe also partly because I'm kind of panicking, like, what am I doing? But it's all right. I just trust the process, let's say, and I just think I will always end up somewhere, and if, the worst thing that can happen, let's say, is that you want to paint over it, and then you can, so, no problem. Let's see. Alrighty. Huh. I like always to stretch out these ink marks, you can make really fine lines with them, yeah, you know what I mean. Okay, I think maybe I should pause the camera, and I will come back when it's dry. I'll see you in a minute. And I'm back. I just dried it a little bit. Yeah, it's mostly dry. Yeah, so this is really a big mess. So I think that I will now start to make a little bit with lighter colors, or paint, or however you want to call it. If this paint is still working, yes. I need a little more white also, I feel. And let's see, do I have this light green. Oh, this paint is so dry. That's okay. Then we'll do it like this. Do I have my little palette knife? No. Well, then I'm just going to use a brush to get it out. Wait. So you think you're prepared and then you're not. Oh yeah, I do. I see my palette knife, sorry. I thought I did have it, so. Okay, let's put it here. So this is Liquitex paint, but it's yeah, as you can see, it's already kind of dry, or not dry, but like the nozzle, let's say, where it comes out, or I don't know how you call it. Do you call it a nozzle? I do want to use, so this pink, the really fluorescent pink. I just love that color. And I'm going to use some of the Machteld red light. That's by Golden, and that's fluid acrylics. Yeah, so a lot of colors, people. But that's the fun, for me anyway. And let's see. I want a little bit smaller brush, maybe like this. You know, ooh, I'm a bit scared. Okay, let's go. Let's just start with some kind of sagey color, and just do some, maybe also some big shapes, you know, that to bring kind of a quiet, let's say. Bring some quiet. And these are just random shapes. In them we can do some mark making. Yeah, I have to do that when the paint is still wet, so okay. Oh, it's like a big octopus, like you know, one of the legs with the suction thingies. Okay. I'm not saying that this will all stay, but I just love to play and experiment and then see what we will leave or what we will just get rid of, you know. Yeah. Okay, so I feel like I can use that same kind of mark here, and also with the color, same color, I mean. Reminds me, you know, we used to have a show, Barba Papa. I don't know if in Holland when I was growing up, let's say, as a child, and it was about these shapeshifters, really. Like it was a cartoon, and it was all these blobs basically of color, and these blobs of colors could shape into anything, but it was the basics were like this shape. Yeah, so you know, that's what it's reminding me of now. Oh. I may use another bent brush too. Okay. And then I feel like I need a little bit of over here. Yeah. Okay. And then paint over it again for a little bit. It's coming apart. Okay. So. Let's use some totally different color. Oh, no, what am I doing? Not what I had in mind. Kind of brightish pink. Oh yeah, people. What am I doing? I don't know. Probably not the best brush for this shape, but that doesn't matter either. Really, to be honest, and you'll hear me say it a lot, nothing really matters. You know, when you're, yeah, just in the zone and just playing, playing with paint, basically. Oh, I do like to make this. I think you call this technique, like where you scrape into wet paint, you call that sgraffito. And somehow, as you can see, I really like that. Okay. I also have some random collage papers that, you know, I may throw in the at some point. But you know, this can be a painting that will take weeks or months or a year to you know, finish, because you can paint over and over it, and every layer will contribute to something. So, okay, I feel like I need the fluorescent stuff somehow. Let's see what happens if I mix that color with white. Oh, then you get some really cute, let's say, pastel kind of pink. Oh, and then if I add a little Machteld red light. No, I want it light pink. Going to so. To get off the canvas with this. And maybe have a little bit of this color also. Oh. Right. So. See, that's the thing. If I work with a lot of colors, I automatically move towards like more flowery, like botanical shapes and structures. And you know, if you use like a more neutral, or let's say, if I use a more neutral palette, I go, yeah, different, let's say, different, not more geometrical, but I don't know, different kind of abstract, I guess. And yeah, it's interesting to notice, you know, of yourself, like, I find anyway. Okay. Let's leave that for now. And let's give it a really red. See, I need some more. This is not very opaque, this paint, but I do want it to be more opaque, so I guess I'll just have to put layers over it. Oops, sorry. I see. Love this bright color. So. Oh, you know what happened this morning? I got such a scare. I mean, my cats really, they have to be like the laziest. I don't know if I like this color, to be honest, in there. Sorry, it's not not exactly what I have in mind. So I'm going to try another red. A bit darker. This is crimson. But anyway, my cats, which really, they just lay and sleep and, you know, yeah, that's basically all they do. And then this morning, I got up, I was doing my thing. I don't know what exactly I was doing. Maybe just make breakfast or something, you know, for me and my son, or for my son makes his own breakfast. But anyway, I walked into the room and I got such a scare that I actually screamed. Because my cats had brought one of my cats had brought me this bird, you know, as a little gift, and it was laying there like a little blob, and all of a sudden it moved, so it was actually still alive. And yeah, I really freaked out. I really freaked out. And my son, he thought something really awful had happened, you know. So he came, well, Mama, are you okay? Are you okay? Oh, sorry, that's my... Yeah, so that was really, I felt really bad for him as well. That I had scared him. And then and the bird was still half alive, you know. And then what do you do? What do you do with a bird like that? Like, I'm not gonna kill it. I cannot do that, you know. I don't know. No. And the cats were really looking really proud. Like, look, Mom, no hands. That kind of look. And then the bird managed to kind of move itself under the couch. So that was even more awful because, yeah, it was just horrible. And then, so we ended up moving the couch, and I just had to pick it up with a plastic bag, and I laid it by the side of the road, like where I live, there's a lot of grass, and oh, I just felt awful. I really felt awful, yeah. But anyway, so that was my morning. Not fun, people. I know it's in the cat's natures, but let's say it's not in my cat's nature, you know. I mean, I know it was, my cat was eyeing birds for quite a while and making that kind of funny noise, you know. Like, I guess she was ready for it, but it was not fun. Let's see, how about if can I do the center with this pink? No? I'm making a bit of a mess here. But I think that's it for now, for today anyway, because, yeah. Well, you know what, maybe I will make 2 separate videos of this. So this is part 1. And I will continue and make that a part 2, because, you know, you're not going to want to see me paint for hours and hours. So, okay, I will see you soon. Thank you for watching. See you in part 2. Bye-bye.